drawing teeth, it's really easy to do too much intonation, and when you do too much intonation, you just end up looking like you're swallowed a piano.
I think what Sandra's trying to say is that it's really easy to include too much information and it makes someone look like they've swallowed a piano.
First of all, I'll start just by indicating the gum.
Maybe you could just demonstrate instead.
So as you can see, I've already drawn my mouth, and the first thing I'm going to do is faintly suggest the top gum line. And once I've done that, I'll use my torchon just to soften the lines and then shade in the gums. But wherever the light reflects from the gums to make them shine, I'll leave those as the white of the paper. And you can see that even with that gum line alone, it's already suggesting the teeth. So next I'll go back to my pencil and faintly indicate the bottom shape of the teeth. And the important thing to notice here is that I'm not drawing a line in between the teeth. And then I'll go on to indicate the shape of the bottom teeth, again ignoring any line in between. And once I've got those shapes down, I can shade the inside of the mouth, and I start off with my torchon again and move on to my pencil once I'm happy. Now sometimes the inside of the mouth will be really dark, but other times you'll notice different tones according to the amount of light that's getting in there. So just be aware that it's not always a solid dark shape, and there can be highlights bouncing off of the tongue too. It's just that my particular reference didn't show any variety here. And once I've done that, I'll blend my pencil marks with the torchon just to get rid of any graininess. And then still with my torchon, I'll start adding the darker tones to the gums, and you'll notice that they will get darker the further away from the light source they are. Also remember that the gums are not smooth. They follow the shape of the bone underneath, and that means there will be shadows where those dips are. And again, I'm leaving out the shinier areas. Now, unless you live in Hollywood, and actually not even then would your teeth be this white. As your teeth move away from the light source, they will reflect less light, so you need to add some shade, but be subtle here. I'm using a cotton bud to just gently blend some shading across the surface. The bottom teeth will usually be more shaded than the tops because they're more in shadow, and each tooth will cast a subtle shadow onto the next where they curve. So this is where you can indicate the line in between without actually drawing a line. Finally, I'll use a putty rubber or my small plastic rubber to lift out any pencil marks that I've gone over the areas I wanted to leave as white. So these are the highlights on the teeth, and I'll also do the same with the gums too. And remember to add any shadow that the teeth cast over the lips as well. It's these subtle observations that make all the difference to your drawing.
So when it comes to drawing teeth, just remember that less is definitely more.
That's better. Why not check out our previous videos, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss your Art Kick Sunday. Meanwhile, you can check out our podcast and find the creative challenges we have coming up at www.kickinthecreatives.com. Back soon.